Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 105 of the hunt today, I think. We'll see. If I'm wrong, it'll be on the bottom of the screen anyway. But today, there's going to be a little bit of a cut at the start of the video because the only G-rank Great Macau fight I could find was a Volvidon and a Great Macau. So I needed to hunt the Volvidon first and then fight the monster we're actually hunting today, and that is Great Macau. Who is a raptor monster that was introduced and so far has been exclusive to the Monster Hunter Generations game, so Generations and Generations Ultimate. And I don't think this is too much of a hot take to say that it is a lot of people in the community's favorite raptor monster in terms of what it does fight design-wise. And I'll talk about that in a sec, but the first thing I want to talk about is its design, because I absolutely love Great Macau's design. I think it is a great evolution of the raptor monster skeleton to be more in line with this is what dinosaurs probably more closely looked like in reality, with all the feathers, the very bird-like qualities to them. It looks like it is very much based off of a Deinonychus. I think I'm saying that right. I know it's not Deinosuchus, because Deinosuchus is the big prehistoric crocodile. So I think Deinonychus is what I'm thinking. But it is, very much a raptor with a lot of feathers, very bird-like qualities, and a big, flat, spiky tail that it uses as a springboard. It will, you'll see it throughout the fight go up on its tail, use it to propel itself across the arena with big, powerful kicks. And the way that it uses its tail and the way that it incorporates it into its moveset sets it apart from a lot of other raptors, and is a big reason that I think raptors can do more than they currently are. You can get more creative with that raptor skeleton. You can do fun things with it. And people who say that, oh, it can't be done because the raptors are just raptors. No, look at Great Macau and tell me there is not room for innovation. Unfortunately, because it is a Monster Hunter raptor in the current design philosophy of Monster Hunter, it doesn't do a whole lot in terms of being a threat. It is really cool, it does a lot of fun things, but the fight still goes very easily. I used for this hunt my least optimized, least powerful build. I have this not very well upgraded hunting horn and an armor set that isn't the best, because I wanted the fight to at least last a little bit and to show off as much as I can of what Great Macau is capable of. In terms of its design, its color palette is so good. Normally, I'm not a big fan of really, warm colors, but, the base green with the yellow and red feathers that make this, really tropical plumage. It looks very much colored like a macaw, like a parrot, which is probably where the name kind of comes from. And the big, crest of feathers, the big bright yellow feathers that makes a crown around its head. I think that's really cool idea. A lot of the raptors have a big defining head thing. With Great Baggy and Great Roggy. Great Baggy has that that head spike that almost looks like a pompadour. And Great Roggy has the throat sac for its poison that's kind of frog-like. I love how Great Macau has this crown of feathers sticking up out of its head. It's a very nice, striking look. And then, of course, the big flat tail. The second you see Great Macau, you immediately recognize, oh, it's going to do something with that tail. That tail's going to be a problem. It is a very well-designed monster. I think my only issue with it, and this is a very small quibble, is the fact that it doesn't really do a whole lot to incorporate its smaller Macaus into the fight. The regular Macaus, the little guys, are just kind of there and around the arena, and they don't do a whole lot. Whereas I feel like all of the other raptor monsters try and find some way to incorporate their... Even all of the great monsters, Great Gyros in Monster Hunter World does it too, where its small monsters are active participants in the fight, where the Macaus are just, again, kind of there. They don't do a whole lot. They don't get in your way too much. They aren't incorporated into, much of how the Great Macau attacks. And I think that if Great Macau were to come back, I would like to see the little guys used a little bit more. Which brings us to the question of the hour, is Great Macau going to come back in Monster Hunter Wilds? I think it has a pretty high chance, if I'm being if I'm being honest. I have not seen much of the Scarlet Forest outside of what was shown in the release date trailer in September. Because again, from that point, I am fully spoiler free. So I don't know anything that has been announced since that trailer, aside from one returning monster that got revealed, I think, the day after, when I started doing this journey. But I could easily see Great Macau and the little Macaus running around the Scarlet Forest or a similarly wooded area. I think it would fit right in. The fact that it was found primarily in the Jurassic frontier in Monster Hunter Generations, I feel like that kind of fits like how again, we have a monster that the guild thought was extinct flying around with the flagship, and you could easily tie in, well, here are some other prehistoric monsters like Great Macau here. So I think Great Macau has a pretty good chance to come back in Wilds. It's not one that I'm like, oh yeah, this is a shoe-in, this perfectly fits, stuff like that, but I think it has a pretty high chance. I'm going to say like a 7. 7 out of 10 to show up in Wilds, and I think it will show up in a future game. I'm going to put it like a high 8 or 9 out of 10 to show up in a future Monster Hunter game because, well, one, wishful thinking, because I would love to see how they revamp the fight, how they changed it up to be a little more challenging if they could. And, two, I think it is a very popular raptor. I would need to check and take a look at where it falls in the Monster Hunter rankings category, but I know a lot of people love Great Macau. So I think it has a very good chance of coming back in a future game as well. And that is where I'm going to be wrapping up the ramble for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around until the end of the hunt if you can. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.